I'm at a place where I'm creating as a job rather than creating because I want to, or creating because it's an internal need, an internal desire. I want to figure it out because right now I don't know what I'm doing. Growing up, I had a ton of dream jobs. Author, actor, film director, even YouTuber. Although that didn't fully happen, I did somehow land a gig for the next best thing, being a video producer for one of the biggest media companies in the world. You may have heard of them. When I got my job as a video producer, short-form vertical video was on the rise, so I adapted my skills to fit the trends and make what social platforms wanted to see. Even though I still had dreams of making it on the big screen, I decided to be an Instagram and TikTok creator outside of my 9-to-5 video producing job. I didn't realize it at the time, but it was a drug in the form of red notifications on the bottom right corner. Or was it the top corner? Whatever, it's still a drug. That's good. I was definitely addicted to the external validation that I was getting to making videos online and putting it up on the internet. I started working with brands that I never thought I would work with. I loved it until it burnt me out. Even when I recognized the burnout, I still tried to keep making videos because I felt like it was an obligation that I needed to fulfill. Because it got me this far, why stop now? And then something happened towards the end of 2023 that forced me to hit pause on everything that I was doing. My brother passed. I knew I needed to take some time off, not only to fulfill my role as the eldest daughter and help my parents navigate this immense grief, on top of planning the funeral, but also to take some time to sit with these emotions and reflect on this chapter of my life. So I stopped everything that I was doing in 2023 so that I can take a pause in 2024, which led to 30 days of me not working, not being on social media, just stillness. We'll see how it goes. Oh shoot. This is my first day of being off for an entire month, and I have the urge to work. I checked my Slack and I checked emails. I know it's a bad habit, but I'm going to try and not do that for the rest of the month because I am off. I want to use this time to reflect, reset, and redefine what it is that I want to do at this current moment in my life. I'm at a place where I'm creating as a job rather than creating because I want to, or creating because it's an internal need, an internal desire. I'm trying to find that again, and hopefully this 1 month will help. Whatever art comes out of it, I will let it happen. I wasn't perfect in the beginning of my time off, but I did my best to spend time away from social media. I was lost in the trends, the algorithm, the metrics. I was losing my sense of identity as a creative, and I desperately wanted to find myself again. So, I touched grass. I read, I journaled, I spent time with friends and family. I cried a lot, and I even went on a trip to Joshua Tree, all by myself. Can't believe I'm here. It's very peaceful, like it's so quiet. And there's a super moon right now. I don't know if it's a super moon, but it's like a very full moon. And I love it. I think my Cancer Sun, Cancer Rising, and Gemini Moon are having a ball right now. Because I was no longer on social media, I was getting inspired by artists and creatives that were doing things that I wanted to try myself. I was beginning to have hope in myself as a creative with a craft. During my time off, I came across this quote, "Be felt over being seen." And it clicked in my brain the reason why I've been feeling so lost these last few months. I was trying so hard to be seen that I forgot to show how I wanted to be felt.
I'm entering my last week of bereavement. This is also the week that my brother will be having his memorial service, so I'm just, in addition to like being here, I've also been planning some other stuff. I guess it defeats the purpose of a solo retreat, but this is important. I've just been thinking a lot about like just life. And you never really know when people will leave. Who knows when I will leave? Like sometimes it's not really in our timeline. I could wake up and be gone. That's very morbid, but at least I want to be comfortable knowing that my family's in good hands and I did the thing that I wanted to do in this lifetime, which is to create and tell stories and make videos and try and film myself, even though this is so fucking hard. I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. But I want to have fun and feel good about what I'm doing in this lifetime, I think I'm very blessed to have this body and be in this life and get to do the things that I'm doing, and I'm just really grateful, honestly, and I don't want to take it for granted.
In the stillness and movement through my thoughts and grief came clarity. It made me realize I was unhappy with what I was creating, that the way I was creating was unsustainable. I was in survival mode trying to make money from my creativity, only to forget about the thing that made me want to be creative in the first place. I took my creative play for granted in favor of chasing after the external validation and the amount of money I would make. My creativity became an assembly line where I was making vertical video after vertical video, doing more and more while becoming less and less of the person I actually wanted to be. I was forgetting my well-being in favor of the internet's shiny new toys and promises of success. But what's the point of success when you feel like you're drowning? When the person you wanted to be doesn't match up with who you really are in reality? That's when I knew my old ways no longer served me in this new space that grief made for me. It was time to clip my wings so that a new set of wings can grow. These were the thoughts I confronted myself with during my time off. Soft conversations and long hugs with myself. I allowed myself gentle reminders that I can pause and resume at any time. And through this time off, I realized consistency of your work and your craft and your creativity shouldn't be favored over your well-being. Consistency should come from a place of love where you have been consistent with your self-care rituals and journey. With creativity, it's not always about the destination. It is, however, always about the journey. And after all of these lessons I learned, the next thing I had to tackle was, what's the kind of creative journey I want to take on next? I always come back to making YouTube videos. I've tried here and there to make YouTube videos, but there was a huge shift in TikTok and Instagram. I definitely hopped on that train, and I'm glad I did because I learned a lot. But I think I want to shift my focus now to YouTube. I feel like there's a lot of people that are saying that YouTube is dying or like blah, blah, blah. No. If I am still out here consuming YouTube videos and getting inspired by YouTube videos, I still think there's a huge appetite. I just feel called to do this regardless of the money. The more and more I learn about being creative, it's never about perfection. It's always about progress. So this is me hopefully progressing into the creative that I want to be, or the creative that I am. I think it's just becoming more aligned. I think back to the dreams my younger self had. As I enter my 30s, I think my past self from a few months back thought it was too late to be the writer, the director, the YouTube creator that I always wanted to be. That I should just settle and try and do the thing that seems easiest. That I should stick to what everyone else is doing and stick to what's working and what the algorithm is saying, because that's what success is supposed to look like, right? Well, the person I am now, I think that's complete bullshit. It's never too late to start over. So this is me, starting over my creative journey again. I'm allowing myself to have more play in my creative endeavors outside of the boundaries of work. To not always have the work hard, go hard mentality across both professional creative work and creative play. There has to be a balance, something that I'm constantly figuring out as I go. I guess that's the challenge when you choose creativity as a profession. But honestly, despite all the hurdles and mental blocks, there's nothing else I'd rather do. I'm still trying to figure out what YouTube videos I want to make and where my short form video content will go now that I'm focusing more on long form. I think that'll come in time as I devote newfound energy into my creative play. I just know that I have many more stories to tell, many more things to share with you all, and it's finally starting to come from a place with lots of tenderness, curiosity, and love. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon in the next one.